Hello and welcome back to Sprite Guard Plays Starseed Pilgrim. We have been kind of beating our heads against one of the levels that just has been really frustrating, and I have not been having a good time with it, so we are going to try something else. I have built up a stockpile for us. We are going to check out this level, which I believe we have not been to in quite some time. The sky was in my dreams today. The clouds, they took my breath away. Let's see what we can find here. Okay, we can only see one seed ahead, so that is going to make things a little interesting. Also, we're being given a different set of starting materials than we usually see. And not optimal ones, but we can make do with what we have. That actually was pretty decent. Let's see, we don't have a great place for that one. And it looks like we now have the ability to move off to the right, as we usually like to do. And actually, we're getting kind of the sequences that I usually like to see. We're getting a lot of the kinds of sequences that I usually like to see. That red one I don't really like to see. We don't have a great use for it right now, though I think... Oh my goodness! This is the one where we harvest pink seeds all at once. Okay, so I believe if we put this here, it won't go off until that purple has completely corrupted. And so that will be good for us. We can actually plant another one there. And then we have a purple one coming that we can fill in that area a little bit. And now we actually have one that will let us continue on to the right. I would like to let this pink grow in a bit more, though, so I'm going to do that, which is a little bit dangerous because it creates some gray air. But we can actually... It also actually makes it a little bit difficult for us to get back up here and mine this out. So we're going to have to figure out a way of dealing with that. But we can start that growing. And then this actually will allow us to fill in that gray air before it fills in and allow us to collect that. So that's perfect. Now we have, once again, a little bit less than ideal situation with this purple that we'd like to plant in the other purple. But we're not quite as able. So we don't need to ride those up. So we can actually just leave that, and we do have to be careful about... making sure to harvest it before the darkness gets to it. It does look like the darkness is moving a bit quickly. Oh dear, okay, that's bad. Okay, that's a problem, but we can put a jump pad there. We can collect those. We can use the jump pad to launch ourselves up here. Don't have a great place to put this ice, unfortunately. But we are really just being forced to kind of deal with things in this very haphazard manner. We can't plan ahead at all. And that is making things very difficult. I'm not sure how long I want to wait for this. I do want to put this purple one right about where this pink tower is growing from. Now the ice will not corrupt completely. And so that is, we might want to wait actually fairly late, and then we'll have the purple to protect us. But that seems like more risk-taking than I really want to do right now, for not a huge amount of gain, especially because we have this big stockpile. So let's focus more on just staying ahead of the darkness, and making sure that we have the... everything set up properly. That we have the ability to keep moving. That did not go the direction I wanted it to, unfortunately. We can put that there, and then once that has grown in, we can actually put a one going off this way. And then we can put that there. That'll go great there. Collect those. Rush over this way, set that off, and we are well on our way. Let's see, that has not played nice with us. Oh dear. well, that fell apart pretty quickly. But we actually have still a pretty sizable stockpile, so let's give it another shot. We're getting a little bit of a different array to start out with. And not too promising, but because we haven't actually dug any of this out, we can put that there, and that will actually do a lot of work for us. Now we have a little bit of a problem here. We're going to have to more or less waste this slimy one. We can use it a little bit. We don't have to be able to jump to the top of these, so that's very good. And these blue ones, of course, have lost a lot of their meaning for that reason. That has actually made things a little bit more difficult for ourselves than I intended. I may want to dig that up before I go and harvest those pink ones. Let's see, I'm going to place this one kind of out here. We do want to put that there. Yeah, we're going to dig this out. We're going to dig these two up, and apparently, because they're touching, they will go together when they go. That will slow the darkness down a little bit. We can put that there. That will give us something to build off of. And we just want to put that one basically right back there. We don't have a huge amount of use for this red one. Don't really want it. This green one, I think we want to actually put building off of this red one. And so, let's see, I'm going to wait for a few more of these pink ones to grow in. But we are going to want to spring offwards to the right. We have not collected any keys yet. We do have a door here, and I would really like to be able to connect up with that door so that we don't have to go searching for one later. So let's set that off and set this off to the side. Let's see, is that going to go? Okay, that didn't go horribly. We can put that there. And that will grow in a little bit. That will get us very close, but not quite touching that door. And that will, once again, not really get us quite where we want to go. Just not quite making it. And I think, let's see, if we do that and that and that and put that there very quickly, that should connect up. Yes, there we go. And now, let's see, we don't have a great place for this ice. But if we dig these up, actually, I think we will have a decent place for it right there. And then we'll have another one of these, kind of heading off in a direction that makes it look more like we can get that key over there. We can certainly plant this here. And we're getting lots and lots of pink ones that we don't really have a huge amount of use for. That was a big mistake. That was a really big mistake. I think we can use this springboard, but it might not be enough. Ah, it's just barely enough. Okay. So we're going to dig that up and dig that up because this is getting very close to us at this point. And we're going to head left over here. Start building this out. We really want an ice one more than anything else right now. But there's no guarantee that that will happen. And so I think actually I want to put this here. I'm not sure that will actually reach where we want it to go. It did not. That is disappointing. And now we have to kind of start throwing stuff down and hoping. And kind of rushing away. So we still have no keys available to us. This is a pretty big problem. We're going to abandon those pink ones over there. But this will give us a little bit of distance and a little bit of protection from the slime one. And then yet another pink tower, yet another explodey one. We're going to harvest this pink one right away. And we're still doing pretty well for seeds. And so if we can get like a green one up in here, that could end up connecting us up with some of these. And I'll be just throwing down the ice a little bit. Okay, so it looks like that's going to connect over there, so we want to put this over here. We have, once again, not much use for this pink one. The slime one is not ideal, but it will get us one step closer. And this one should connect us up to that. There we go. And very nearly got trapped there. Still getting colors we don't really want, but we only need one more key. And so, that's not what I want. Please go right. It went right. It did not connect up. This might, though. It has a chance, at least, of connecting up with one or the other of these. Just barely not going to connect up. And this red is not what I want to see. Not what I want to see at all. This blue, again, not what I want to see. This will work. This will connect us up. And I believe that will give us our third key. And we can kind of do a Hail Mary here. There's a chance of that actually connecting up. That'll connect up with a key as well. And then we're going to put that there just for the extra seeds. Just for the... That'll get us 3 more seeds. Well, 2 more because we're going to have to bubble. But that is worth a bubble. And we're just going to make our way down here, see if we can get that key without using a bubble. But we might have to use one. It looks like both of these keys are in places where it's very likely. But it looks like we're going to get away without doing it. And we got all of the hearts from that area. So now we're going to head back down here and see if we can find our way to that door. And this nice and square area is a little bit funny looking. I'm trying to remember what it is that we did that caused such a nice big area like that, and I just don't remember. But we're going to gather up as many of these seeds as we can. And here we're going to leave ourselves a little bit of backtracking. Just so we can see, you know, how much of this can we get? How much is there left for us to get? It looks like that is everything. So let's head back over here, grab the last couple of these. I don't know if we can make this jump. Yes, we can. That one is not worth getting. Just barely can't get it. But we would have to bubble for it. So let's see what phase 3 is. Oh my goodness. That is frightening. But we can get up here, and we have this great big tower that we can... Oh, but that will corrupt very quickly. Very quickly. Let's see. This way. Okay, now we're back on some metal. And we can kind of use this to jump up here. We can plant that. That'll give us a little bit of a place to start building from. But we're going to have to navigate through this darkness very, very carefully. We can't quite get up there yet, but this should... Yep, that'll get us up here. And we can actually put some ice there, just barely in time. And now, let's see. We want to get up here. So dig that out, plant that there. It will not grow up into tainted air, so we're going to have to use this. But this will be very effective for getting us there. There we go! The sky was in my dreams today. The clouds, they took my breath away. I obsessed would never see my blue-eyed sky. It dreamt of me. That's pretty dark. These are getting pretty dark. It sounds like things did not go well, and we're kind of starting to get a sense of the tragic story behind why the sky is dying. So in the next episode, we actually still have a fairly decent stockpile, and so we can head back to one of the other levels that we have yet to clear. I know that we have Hopeless I Ignored It, and I believe we have Mired Low and Silence Slowing. We have cleared a Silence Let Us Time to Think. which was the captionless one. And so what's left? We have Hopeless I Ignored It, Mired Low, and the one that we were working on previously, which I believe is just over to the left here. Now, I remember there being one that where you can't dig. And I don't remember whether we've cleared that one. I don't think we have. But this one, I Fell Into Dusk. This is our very challenging one with the cross-shaped dig pattern. And then what do we have over here? We Shattered the Sky, but Never Again. In times of need we came apart, we shattered the sky, but never again. I think this is one we have not been to in a very long time. It might be the one where we can't dig. And so I think that's where we're going to go in the next episode. Until then, thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.